Every year at the beginning of the school year, I have a parent that comes into my class and tells me this one crucial thing about their child, and that is that they don't like reading. This happens at conferences all the time, and kids will often tell me that they don't like reading. As a matter of fact, kids come into my class every single day, and then they ask me what we're doing, and I tell them that it is literature class, so we'll be reading literature, and then they always sigh like they didn't know that literature was about to happen in the literature class. The fact of the matter is, reading can be very boring. The question then becomes, how do we make reading more engaging so that students won't just do it, but they'll want to do it? That's what we're getting into today. So I have a whole nother video on like, why do we do anything that we do for kids that always want to know, like, why do we have to do this? I think that is a question that is a valid question, should be able to be answered by the teacher for everything you do in class. I'm going to put that in the description below, so if you want to check out that video, you can. But today I want to talk about just how to make reading a little bit more fun. These are really quick examples of things I do, some of them ridiculous, some of them just really strategic, that will make students come to class wanting to read and sometimes even making them mad when class is over because they can't read anymore. So with that, let's go. First thing I find is really engaging, and I used to do this with my own children when they were little. We would read books that were in the Pete the Cat series, and so I would always play like some Miles Davis underneath, or some Dave Brubeck quartet, or some like slinky jams on the background, because that's what I just imagined Pete the Cat would be listening to at any given moment. If you think about any number of books that you're reading, whether it's Fahrenheit 451 or Animal Farm or Pete the Cat or The Giver, there's certain moments that final scene in The Giver, when the kid is on the sled and he's going down the mountain and the city's in the distance, like, to play some music over that just makes it incredible. One of the things that when I present and I talk about this, I show the scene, because I'm from Philly, show the scene of Rocky without the music, without the iconic Rocky music, just Rocky running through the city. And if you do that, it just is a dude running through the city. But once you play the music over it, which I can't do here because I'll get demonetized, it just makes it into a whole different thing. Picking strategic music and occasionally playing it over what you're reading makes your reading come to life. Next thing, talked about this on just a video or two ago, but it's wearing costume pieces. Letting students make things or bringing things to class that are going to make your students into the characters. Wearing masks with your students while you're reading a book is a great idea because it helps you to be in character. And it is, well, it's as absurd as it looks, but it makes it really fun. You could also wear simple things like fake beards and mustaches, or put some glasses on and, just changes the whole outfit. The point here is making simple shifts and helping your students to embody the characters a little bit sometimes just helps you to make this all just a little bit more fun. Next idea kind of goes along with the music idea, but there's tons of sites online that you can get sound effects from. And every once in a while, when you're reading a particular story, there's this great idea of like playing sound effects over what you're reading, especially if you put a particular student in charge of sound effects. So this is sometimes a student that doesn't really want to read, but that you need to follow along. You need them to read along with everyone, even though their strength is not in reading aloud because of any number of reasons. So you can go on YouTube, you can download clips, you can find them online, but having those queued up so that at the right time, when there's a horse galloping down the ramp, when they hear a wolf howl in the distance, when the kids in their bedroom hear their angry father's car door slam, you're adding in those sound effects to make the reading come alive. Now, the last one's my favorite, but before I get to that, I'm going to say this next one is a bit of a classroom management thing as well. Whenever I have students that are not reading, that are not focusing, that everyone else is reading and they are sort of distracting the attention of the rest of the class because they are goofing around, sometimes I give those kids fake glasses. I call them magic glasses. And even though they look like Harry Carey when they wear them, they love wearing them. But I tell them, listen, bro, I'm about to hook you up. I'm going to give you these magic glasses. And when you put them on, they're going to help you to focus. If I find out that they're not working, they might be the wrong prescription and I'm going to have to take them away, right? Because what I want them to do is some glasses help and some glasses don't help you to see very well. I'm going to tell you, for reasons beyond my comprehension, every once in a while, give kids glasses like this. It helps them to pay attention. They focus in and they will actually ask you if they can wear them to the next class. If they do, pro tip here, text that next teacher, let them know that Bryce is coming into class with these glasses on, because otherwise sometimes teachers get mad, they make them take it off. But if it's helping a student, I just let that teacher know they have to know that it's the right prescription. So it might not be the right prescription for math. You can try and take them there, but if Miss Nelson sends me an angry text, I'm gonna know it's the wrong prescription for you, you're not allowed to wear them anymore. Magic glasses, it's worth a try. The last idea is there's room transformations, and I talked about that in another recent video too, but simple shifts to how you're reading make an enormous difference. So if we are reading a book and my classroom looks like this, and we're reading a scary story, a spooky part, we're reading through Macbeth and it's the three witches show up, and I just make this small shift, reading that same story, adding some battery powered candles in the background and a flashlight from your phone in front of you, it changes everything. It's the same curriculum, it's the same lesson, it's the same story, it's the same students, but for 5 minutes of effort, you just took that reading selection and turned it into a reading experience. Friends, if you took anything away from this video, please hit the thumbs up button and consider sharing this with someone that might need it. And tell us in the comments how you're making reading or a lesson that kids might think is boring in any class, how do you make those come alive? See you next time, gang. Peace.